Hi guys, I've put together a morning beginner level flow. I'm focusing on a bit of shoulder and neck tension release and getting into the hips as well. So we'll start in a comfortable seat, and you have a choice here of sitting up on the shins, or you might prefer to take a cross-legged seat. So just coming into that position when you're ready, and straight away close down your eyes and then just shrug the shoulders up, back and down a couple of times, nice and slowly. And then when you're ready, we'll take the right hand to the heart and the left hand to the lower belly. So just again relax, shoulders down, elbows are soft, and starting to feel into the breath. Just noticing whether the breath is in the chest or the belly. And we'll start to breathe together. So inhaling for a 3-part breath. Inhale for 1 into the belly and pause. 2 into the lungs, the rib cage expands and pause, and a final third all the way up to the chest, the throat, and then exhale, release. Nice, so nasal breath, inhale belly, pause, ribs, pause and chest, and then exhale, release. Inhale again, 1 and 2 and 3. This time pause at the top, tuck your chin slightly here, and exhale, softly release. 2 more rounds just like that. Inhale, 1, 2 and 3. Pause, maybe a slight draw up and in of the navel, tucking of the pelvis, chin slightly tucked, hold the breath there, chest lifted, and exhale, release. Last round, inhale, and hold. Those slight tucks, so this is Jalandhara lock. Holding the breath up and in. And exhale, release. Nice. Slowly float your hands up to heart center, and we'll set an intention for practice. So your personal intention. And just taking a moment to think about that. Beautiful, and we'll still send that intention out to the universe together with breath. So take a smooth inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth, let it go. Nice. So just blinking open the eyes and just taking this opportunity to switch positions if you're feeling switching to a cross-legged or a Japanese seat here. We'll start with the arms reaching out wide. And we'll take some side stretches, just 1 movement, 1 breath. So inhale to lift up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale through center. And exhale right. 1 more each side, inhale, lift. And exhale, maybe going a little deeper. Inhale. And exhale. We'll take 1 more each side, but this time we'll hold. So inhale through center, exhale over to the left, and then just starting to spiral the heart up towards the sky as you reach through fingertips and ground down through the right sitting bones. 1 more breath here. Stay for the exhale, and inhale up through center, and we'll move to the other side. So 3 breaths here. So just elongating through the left fingertips, rolling and spiraling the heart. The gaze comes under the armpit. Left sitting bones ground for 1 last breath. And then inhale it up, arms go out wide. This time we'll take left arm underneath right for an eagle wrap, once or twice, or perhaps just holding onto the shoulders if that's too much. Take an inhale to lift the chest, pushing elbows up and away from the face. And then as you exhale, round just like cat pose, maybe fingertips come down to the mat. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, round and tuck. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, round and tuck. Slowly unwind and then just coming to the opposite side. So this time right elbow, right arm underneath. Again, push your elbows up and away from the face. And this time we'll take a twist. So inhale. As you exhale, left elbow draws the right over towards a twist. Inhale through center and going the opposite way. Beautiful. Slowly come back through center. Arms reach wide and up to the sky. And then exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll come forward into tabletop or fours. So coming forward on the mat, stacking hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath wrists. We'll take traditional cat-cow. So inhale as you come through cow pose, chest comes forward and through, tailbone flares. And then exhale, round, tuck and push the mat away. 2 more like that, just with your breath. Even as slow or as fast as feels right in your body. Nice, finding a neutral spine, and then reach your right arm up to the sky, open the chest, and as you exhale, right hand slides underneath, and the right shoulder, right side of the face comes down to the mat. You can stay here or creep the left fingertips forward, and then just breathing here, perhaps noticing if the sacrum starts to twist one way or the other, perhaps pulling back the hip that juts forward. Left hand comes back under the face, right arm reaches high, and then right hand returns to the mat. We'll go on the left side, left arm reaches, and then slide that left hand all the way under and through. Beautiful, right fingertips reach forward. Nice, you can have your toes tucked or untucked here, but just notice the position of the pelvis. Trying to square through the hips. Right hand returns to the mat, left arm reaches, and then left hand comes back down, and we'll take some opposite arm and leg reaches. So right arm reaches forward, thumb facing up, left heel kicks back, but toes facing down, and trying to keep the hips nice and square, but then lengthen the tailbone down, pull the belly and ribs in, find length as you inhale. Exhale, right elbow to hip, left knee to nose, squeeze it tight and push the mat away with your left hand. Inhale, find length. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, length. Exhale, squeeze. Last time, finding length here, and then you can stay here. You can bend the foot and the elbow back, or you might lift the chest and reach around to take a hold of that ankle. If you do so, can you kick your foot into your ankle, but keep the chest as lifted as possible as you lift the gaze forward, maybe even up. Nice, 1 more breath here. Without slingshotting, release that foot down, and we'll take 1 cat-cow and exhale. Beautiful. Opposite side, left arm reaches forward, right heel kicks back. Again, just that nice squaring of the hips, drawing of belly and ribs in. And then as you exhale, knee to nose, elbow to hip. Inhale, length. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, length. Exhale, squeeze. Last one, find length. And then just finding that bent position, or perhaps lifting, opening, and kicking into that heel. 3 breaths here. Gently release. And then just sinking your hips down and back for child's pose. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, perhaps just stacking your fists or hands and relaxing your forehead down for 3 breaths. I'm just taking a mental note at this point that this pose is always here as an option throughout practice, or if you're getting fatigued or need to come back to the breath. Now slowly round your way up, tabletop all 4s, and then tuck all 10 toes under, and we'll walk all the way to the top of the mat and find a forward fold. Before you fold, just making sure feet are hip width distance, so you can fit 2 fists between the feet, and then soften the knees so that your belly's resting on the thighs. You're closing off this gap, and if you can, just catching opposite elbows overhead. You might take a little sway from side to side, or you might prefer to find stillness. Head's heavy, chin's tucked, and just feeling that space between each vertebrae growing and lengthening as the whole spine decompresses. If you can, maybe pouring your weight that little bit forward into the toes. And then we'll take some full body rolls here. So first, elbows come all the way out to the outer side of your left foot, and then use your left elbow, your right foot, then use your left elbow to drag you up through a side body stretch. You'll come through center, keep the knees soft, and that left elbow keeps dragging you over towards the left. You'll come up to the outside edge of your left foot and then roll back through center. We'll come the opposite way, so swinging in the opposite direction. Right elbow lifts you up, feeling into a right side body stretch, soft knees through center. And right elbow continues to pull you all the way over to the right and down. We'll meet in center. Release the hands down. Hands slide up the shins for a halfway lift. Inhale. And then exhale, softly release. Take that 2 more times. Inhale, sliding on up. And exhale, release. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, soften. Now bringing your toes to touch. We'll soften into the knees and rise all the way up to stand. As you inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. From here, we'll come into Malasana, yogi squat. So you're going to take the feet as wide as the mat. You'll want your toes turning out slightly here. Take an inhale as you lift through the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to sit all the way down into yogi squat. So you might lift your heels here to allow this. That's perfectly fine. And you do want to sort of lift up slightly into the hip, out of the hips, so that it's a slightly active pose. Elbows are pushing the knees out wide, hands drawing into heart center, and then lift up through the chest. So again, you can stay still, or you might take a little rock and sway from side to side. But starting to mobilize into the hips. Take another breath, inhale, grow tall. And then as you exhale, hands plant down, and we'll step all the way back into our first downward facing dog. And straight away, taking a pedal through the heels. Allow your hips to sway from side to side. Give your head a nod and a shake, just releasing any tension there. And then just a quick check forward. Just make sure the hands are at shoulder width distance, feet are hip width. And then once you come into your shape, just soften slightly into the knees so that you can really lift the tailbone up and back, pushing through fingertips and wrapping the triceps down and back. Take another breath, inhale. And exhale, softly release. As you inhale, come up high onto the toes. As you exhale, drop the heels all the way down and back. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. This time look forward, bend the knees and take a slow walk to the top of the mat. See if you can come up onto the tippy toes. And keep the hands grounded so that you're walking the shoulders over the top of the wrists. And eventually toes to touch, soft knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, release. Soft knees to rise all the way up, open and reach tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, and release your hands down. So we're in mountain pose, Tadasana at the top of the mat. Rolling shoulders down and back, lifting up through the crown of your head and pulling everything in the front body in. Pelvis is slightly tucked. We'll take sun salutations together, including some movements into the hips. So as you inhale, reach on up, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, softly fold forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, hands slide at the shins. And as you exhale, fingertips come down and the left leg is going to step all the way to the back of the mat. Now if it didn't go as long and wide, take it even further back and drop your left knee down. So hands can be at the mat, at the knee, or reaching up, your choice. Inhale, breath. And exhale, staying here. As you inhale, come back slightly out of the pose. And as you exhale, sink on in, squeezing into left glute to open the left hip. One more breath. And exhale, hands plank. Tuck your back toe and step it back to downward facing dog. Nice. From here, as you inhale, lift the heels and ripple forward, plank pose. Lengthen if you need to, and then from here, we'll drop the knees down. As you inhale, shoulder blades roll down your back, triceps wrap back, and we'll slowly lower all the way down, elbows tucking into sideways. Nice. Next, inhale, breath, shoulders roll down and back, chins tuck, baby cobra. So tops of the feet are pushing down to lift the kneecaps. Slowly release. One more like that. Inhale, roll up, back body's on, and exhale, chin tucks, push to child's pose. And make your way up to downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take that left foot up and back as you inhale. And as you exhale, step your left foot between the hands. Nice. If it didn't land, just wiggle it on up. Right hand plants down firmly, left arm reaches high. And then the left hand comes back down, push off the back foot, straight away into a halfway lift, top of the mat. Exhale, soften and fold, start to rise on up. As you inhale, reach on up. And exhale, hands to heart, we'll go other side. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot steps back. So come into Anjaneyasana, right knee lowers, reach on up. Different options for hand variations. Exhale to sink. Inhale, take the hips back. Exhale, sink on in. So we're drawing left heel to right knee. Squeeze everything in as you lift the chest up and back. And then plant your hands, tuck your back toe, step on back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, ripple forward, plank pose. Lengthen out, and then drop your knees. Inhale, open the chest, look just over the top edge of your mat, tuck your pelvis, and slowly lower down in one straight line. Inhale, baby cobra, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Next, inhale, breath. Right heel leads the way as you send that leg up and back. And then as you exhale, stepping forward, left hand plants down, right arm reaches, inhale. Exhale, right hand plants, step to the top of the mat, half lift. Inhale, find length. Exhale to fold. Soft knees rise up, open and reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart, mountain pose. We'll go one more time each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, left leg steps back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, hips go back. Exhale, sink in. Squeeze right heel to left knee as you lift the chest. And then plant your hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, lower your knees. Again, as you inhale, open the chest, tuck the pelvis under. This time, exhale, lower halfway. Now inhale to come forward and through. And exhale it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, top of the mat. Half lift, inhale, find length. Exhale, fold and release. Soft knees rise up, open and reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Last round, inhale, lift up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, find length. Exhale, right foot steps back. Reach on up for Anjaneyasana. Exhale, right glute squeezes as you sink in. Again, shift your hips back, inhale. Lift the chest up, exhale. One more breath here to open up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. Exhale, lowering your knees. Inhale, lean forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, baby cobra, chins tucked. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here now for a breath, inhale. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. One more like that, inhale. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. This time as you inhale, take your right heel up and back. And we're going to start to open through that hip, bend into the knee, and start to really twist and turn in the hips to stack the right hip over the top of the left. Keep the right toes active, whether they're pointing or flexed. And really squeeze that knee up high. See if you can square your right shoulder back down towards the mat, but open more through the right hip. And then slowly we'll step the right foot all the way this time to the outside of the right hand and lower that left knee down. So here, coming up onto the fingertips, left knee's lowered, lunging deep into that right knee and just lifting the chest for a breath, inhale. Stay for your exhale. Beautiful, so you can stay here or lowering down onto the forearms. 2 breaths. If you're on the forearms, try not to round in the spine, try to push through the elbows and reach the heart forward through the gateway of the shoulders. Another breath. Nice, slowly coming back up onto the hands. We're going to reach the right arm up to the sky. We're going to roll onto the blade edge of the right foot and then slowly reach that right hand back and behind. So you can stay here or you might bend into that left knee and take a hold of the ankle or the foot. So 2 different options. So you can either take this into a quad stretch, squeezing that left heel in towards the left glute, or you can take this into more of a heart opener by taking hold of that ankle, flexing the foot, and kicking away to open through the shoulder. 2 breaths wherever you are. Can you focus on rolling both shoulders down and back and away from the chest? And just gripping into the left fingertips to protect the left wrist from the weight of the body. Slowly, without slingshotting, release that left leg down. And then coming forward, wiggling that right foot all the way underneath the face. We're going to reach on up for Anjaneyasana. Now arms go out wide and left arm comes underneath right. As you inhale, lift the chest up and back. Lots of balance here. As you exhale, just like cat pose, maybe fingertips can come in and reach the mat. Inhale, take it up and back. Nice and slow. Exhale, round through the spine. Elbows towards navel. One more breath. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, round and tuck. Nice, slowly unravel. Frame the right foot with the hands. We're going to tuck the left toes under. You might step them in slightly here. And then make sure your feet are hip width distance. Soften into the knees. And round your way up. Crescent lunge, reaching both arms up. So we're going to start to build a little bit of fire now, a bit of heat in the body. So left knees tucked so that the hips can be nice and square and that pelvis can tuck under. Arms are reaching up. Biceps by ears, and see if you can spiral thumbs out, pinky fingers in. Take another breath. Stay for your exhale. And open up, warrior two. So you want to ground through the left heel. You want the right heel to right inner arch alignment, and a nice deep lunge into that right knee. Open your arms out nice and wide. Try and get your arms to a similar height, and right gazes over right middle finger. Nice, breathing here. And you feel strong into the legs. So it's like you're trying to squeeze your right heel towards you and ground all the way into the outer edge of your left foot. So the leg position won't change. They stay strong. We're going to flip the right palm and reach up and back for evolved warrior two. Nice, slowly coming forward, forearm to thigh. Left arm is going to reach up to the sky, and then flip the palm to face the front of the room and slowly reaching it up and overhead. Nice, can you keep the weight out of this arm so that you're really using the core to hold yourself here? 2 more breaths. Gaze comes underneath that armpit. Nice, slowly come back to warrior two, and we'll straighten through that leg. Beautiful, so you've got a nice wide stance here. Just bring that left foot in 1 or 2 paces, and then from here we'll find triangle pose, Trikonasana. So again, arms are shoulder height. We're going to send the right arm forward, hips go back, stay here, keep reaching, and then finding that beautiful twist in the body. Left arm reaches up to the sky, right hand can come to the shin for support, or you might take it just inside or to a block if you have one handy. Left shoulder rolls back in space. Beautiful, keep tucking the pelvis under, so you're trying to grow long from the crown of the head to the tailbone. 2 more breaths, see if you can lengthen through both right and left sideways. And then hands to hips. Pick up your right toes, turn them to the side. Toes will be slightly in, heels out. Roll your shoulders down and back, lift up through the chest, and then exhale, folding all the way forward and down, releasing through your hands. Little bend into one knee and then the other, little sway from side to side, just releasing everything there. Nice, head and neck release with a nod and a shake. And then from here we'll find a halfway lift, take an inhale. And then exhale, fold on in. Nice. Soften your knees here and pour your weight into the toes. Really tuck your chin and let everything hang for a couple of breaths. You can keep the hands underneath the shoulders for support, or you might take outer calves, ankles, or tuck them underneath the heels. 3 breaths. And just noticing where the tension's creeping in, if any. Last breath here. Beautiful. Slowly release any hand grip that you have. Look towards the top of the mat, towards the right foot, and just walk your hands all the way to the inside of that foot. We're going to take the right arm up to the sky for an easy twist. And then as you exhale, plant that hand down, step it back, plank pose. Take a breath here, inhale. And then this time these can be up or down, your choice. We'll exhale through Chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend, baby cobra, or perhaps you're coming into upward facing dog. And just noting if your arms are straight here, your thighs are lifted. If your thighs are on the mat, then just bending your elbows to protect your lower back. Exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Nice. Taking 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. And I'll just rotate myself on my mat so that your visual is better for the second side. We'll take an inhale to send the left heel up and back. And once again, bending the knee, yawning the face of your hip open. And squaring that left shoulder down to the mat. Make sure the left toes are active. You might even take the gaze underneath the right armpit. Take another breath. Squeeze that left knee up high. And then as you exhale, look forward, stepping your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Right knee lowers down, you might shimmy that foot back slightly. And we'll start up again on the fingertips. So take an inhale breath to lift the chest. Squeezing into right glute to open the hip, exhale. And then option to stay here or to come down onto the forearms, 2 breaths. If you're on forearms, just remembering to push down into the forearms, pulling back with the hands to pull the heart through. Gaze is just between the thumbs. And slowly, coming back up onto the hands, we'll send the left arm up high, opening into that twist, and maybe taking it all the way back. You can roll onto the blade edge of the left foot, but make sure you're flexing the left toes, and then maybe taking a hold of the left ankle or the foot. So options here, squeezing right foot in towards the glute, opening into the quads. Maybe taking a hold of the ankle and reaching back. And notice that weight distribution in the right hand. Can you ground through the fingertips? Roll the eye of the elbow forward and the shoulders back to protect the wrist. Last breath here. And slowly and softly release. Left foot comes all the way back into the center of the hands. And we'll reach on up for Anjaneyasana. Nice. This time, left elbow underneath right. Again, squeeze elbows up and away from the face. Option here to take that shoulder grip that we did at the start. Inhale to lift up high. Exhale, round and tuck. 2 more like that. Take it nice and slow. Just embracing the wobbles. Squeeze left foot in towards the right knee for support. That inner thigh squeeze to help you stabilize here. Nice. Slowly release the hands. Frame the left foot. The right toes are going to tuck. You will want to step them forward slightly. And then make sure they're as wide as your hips. Soften into both knees. And rise on up. Crescent lunge. So, back knee is nice and bent so that you can square through the hips and tuck through the pelvis. Reach on up. We've got 3 breaths. So building some fire, really lunge into that left knee. Keep squeezing biceps by the ears. Pull your pinky fingers in and your thumbs out. 1 more breath. And open up, warrior 2. So adjust the feet as necessary here. We want a nice wide stance. Right toes will be turning towards the back corner of the mat, the top corner of the mat. Arms reaching, left knee nice and deep here. So can you keep your chest open and keep that slight tuck in the pelvis? Can you keep lengthening and strengthening through the right leg and squeezing left heel back in towards the body? 1 more breath. Stay for your exhale and exalt your warrior. Left arm palm flips as you reach up and back. Nice, keep that strength in the legs here. 1 more breath. And coming forward, side angle pose, 3 breaths. Right arm reaches up, flip the palm, reach it overhead. Keep Keep lengthening through both sideways. Keep the chin slightly tucked. And coming up, warrior two, lengthening through that left leg. Wiggle your back foot in slightly here. Keep the toes slightly towards the top corner of the mat. And again, hips are nice and slightly open. Right hip can roll in here. Reach both arms out wide. Inhale to reach the left fingertips forward, forward, forward. Right hip goes back. One more breath, inhale, length. And exhale, finding your Trikonasana triangle pose. Nice. So if it feels okay for your head and neck, gazing up towards the right fingertips, which are reaching high and tall, fingers are spreading. If that's too much, you can gaze down towards that left hand. Left hand can be here on the shin for support, or perhaps inside of the left foot. So your pelvis is tucked under, chin's also tucked, so you've got a nice long line from crown of head to tailbone. And you want to think about left lungs spiraling up towards the sky at the same time as right hip spirals down. So it's like almost like a twist in the body. Take another breath. Nice, hands to hips. Left toes pick up. And we're in Prasarita once more. So toes slightly in, heels out. Roll shoulders up and back, inhale. And exhale. Fold and release. Nice. You might catch a hold of opposite elbows. You might take that same grip, perhaps holding onto the big toes. Wherever you are, soft knees, weights pouring forward. 3 breaths. Last breath here, inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then hands start to slowly creep to the inside of the left foot. Right hand plants down. Left arm reaches high, inhale. And exhale, plant that hand down, step it back. Plank pose. Inhale here. Knees up or down, your choice. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale for your back bend, open the chest. And exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. So we'll meet in the middle of the mat, so just bringing your feet forward and your hands back. And you can keep your feet at hip width distance, take a little time in your forward fold. We'll peace grip the big toes. Inhale to really pull the heart forward, soft knees, and exhale, fold on in. Nice, and then slowly, soft knees to rise on up. So I'll turn to face you just for the visual, but you can stay facing forward on your mat. And here we'll start standing up tall. We'll start by grounding into the right foot, and we're going to take the left foot into tree pose. So you can take it to the inner thigh, you might take it into the inner calf, or maybe just ball of the foot's on the floor. Wherever you are, can you open up through that hip? So hands come to heart center to begin. You want to push your left foot into your right inner thigh and push back with that right inner thigh. So you're really grounding into right foot, lifting through the chest. And you can take any arm variations here. So perhaps starting with holding opposite elbows behind. Maybe you're taking reverse prayer. Maybe you're interlacing your hands behind your back, rolling shoulders down and back for a shoulder stretch. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Crown of the head reaches tall. Gaze is fixed. Nice. Keep that gaze fixed just as it is, and start to lift that left knee in towards your chest. Nice. Hands come to heart center, open through the hip, cross left ankle over right knee. And start to sink your hips down and back. Beautiful. So you can stay here for 3 breaths, or you might come into full eagle pose, taking that left ankle all the way around the back of the right and crossing left elbow underneath right to match. still sinking. Squeezing everything into midline, finding your drishti, finding your gaze, your balance. Slowly unravel wherever you are, knee to chest, one last breath, and then left knee behind right ankle will sit all the way down. So we'll take a spinal twist here. So you want your right foot planted down, left ankle's just coming outside of the hip, reach both arms up high, and then left elbow outside of right knee. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, twist. 2 more breaths there. Nice, slowly just counter twisting over to the opposite side. Perhaps the forehead comes down. And then when you're ready, release that right leg long, left foot to the inside, and then turn your torso towards the right leg, and we'll just softly fold on over. You can stay folding here. You might take a hold of the foot or the calf. You might take the left hand to the outside of the right foot, and same vice versa. Keep squeezing the inner left knee and pressing it into the mat to open through the hip, and feeling here into the back left side of the back where your kidneys are. Next, slowly release. And we'll come all the way forward on the mat. Find a down dog. Take a little shake from side to side, and then slowly come back up into the center of the mat. Forward fold, opposite elbow grip. And then soft knees. Rise up once more. So that same standing sequence on the opposite side. So you want to ground into your left foot, right inner sole of foot to the inner thigh. And once again, just find your variation. So you might have that foot on the inner calf, or perhaps the inner ankle and resting on the mat. Hands to heart center. Push foot into leg, leg back into foot. Shoulders down and back, growth tall through the spine. And then any arm variation here, welcome. This time I'm going to interlace my hands, squeeze the shoulders down and back, and keep lifting the fists up and away from the sacrum, keeping the chin slightly tucked. 2 more breaths here. Keep standing firmly into the standing foot. And then slowly releasing the hands. Hands to heart as we lift right knee to chest. Right ankle crosses over left, and sinking hips down and back. Nice, staying here for 3 breaths, or perhaps right arm underneath left. Right leg comes all the way up and over. Maybe right toes tucked behind left. And again, sinking down, elbows pushing away. 2 more breaths. Slowly inhale, rise up, knee to chest. And then right knee comes behind left ankle. And we'll find that same seated twist. Inhale to reach up tall. Exhale, right elbow outside of left knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. 1 more breath here. Slowly unravel, finding that beautiful counter twist. And then we're going to lengthen the left leg long. Beautiful. So from here, again, that nice inner thigh squeeze, twisting the torso so that the sternum's in line with the shin, and finding that fold. So you might be here, make sure your chin's tucked, spans round, right lower back is nice and stretched, and then perhaps any arm variation that feels good in your body. Keep grounding the outer edge of that right knee down into the mat, pushing that away. Nice, slowly releasing, coming up to a seat, turning yourself or bringing yourself slightly forward on the mat. Feet are planting, reach your arms up, and we'll slowly lower for the count of 10. So round through the spine. 9, 8, ground through your toes. 7, 6, keep rounding the back. 5, 4, ground through your heels. 3, pull your lower belly in. 2, hover there for 1, and release. Beautiful job. Now bring your feet a little bit closer to the hips. Plant your hands down, and we'll just come through a flowing bridge 3 times. So as you inhale, lift your hips on up, reach your arms up over your ears, and as you exhale, sinking them all the way back down. So same thing again, inhale, reach on up, arms reach up overhead, hips lift high, and exhale it down. This time keep your hands by your sides, inhale, lift on up. You can stay here, or you might wiggle your elbows underneath you, interlace your hands under your spine and hold for 2 breaths. Keep lifting the hips, pushing down. And keep that interlace if you've got it, and just let your hips come down onto the arms, just for a little bit of release in the upper arms, the shoulders. And then when you're ready, releasing. We'll take knees to chest, little wiggle from side to side, and then taking happy baby. So take a hold of either the backs of the knees or the outer edge of the feet. Lengthen your tailbone down on the mat and just squeezing elbows towards the armpits, down towards the mat. Couple of breaths here. Just last little bit of love into the hips. You can sway from side to side. You can lengthen one leg and then the other. You might bring feet together. Last little couple of breaths. Now taking your feet together, legs long as you inhale, tuck the chin, rounds reach all the way up, and exhale it out. Nice and long and wide for Shavasana. Squeeze shoulder blades together behind you and then set them back down, legs wide, palms facing up, and just allowing yourself a few moments here of ease. Coming back to that breath. Just nasal, smooth inhale. Pause at the top, and exhale, release. 2 more intentional breaths like that. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Last breath together. Inhale, hold, and exhale, release. When you're ready, just starting to move gently into the ankles and toes. Starting to slowly deepen breath. And we'll take a full body stretch together. Inhale to reach both arms up and overhead. Point your toes. Arch your spine. Inhale, breathe in deeply, and then exhale. Softly release. Nice, and you can roll onto one side. keeping your eyes closed down. And see if you can keep that calm you've created in the body as you make your way to a comfortable seat. Can you feel your way there without opening the eyes? And taking any seat that feels comfortable in your body. And we'll come back, hands to heart center, to that intention that we set at the start of practice. And with this breath, we'll seal that intention and send it out into the rest of our days off of our mat. So take a smooth inhale, fill up. And exhale at the mouth, let it go. And thank you for joining me for your practice. Namaste. Beautiful, thank you for joining me, and well done for getting on your mats, and I'll see you again soon.